Hey, this is Anthony with RevZilla TV, where you can watch, decide, and ride. Welcome to our detailed breakdown of the Rukka Airway Gore-Tex jacket available at RevZilla.com. Now, right out of the gates, the Rukka Airway is the 3-season warm weather jacket from Rukka. But at the top end, we've seen the Armour, which is fall, winter, spring. The Airway is spring, summer, fall. And the standout feature before anything else on this jacket is the material it's using. It's called Cordura AFT. It's a knit Cordura which flows air. So you don't see mesh on this jacket, but what you have is a very finely woven, or it's not a weave, it's a knitted Cordura AFT, which is super strong, which flows air. I've ridden in this jacket a ton, and you feel air like a mesh jacket, but you have a lot of the abrasion resistant properties that you'd see from a traditional jacket. And they're also using some beefed up other elements here in the jacket. The other thing to note, where you get your windproof, waterproof, breathable, guaranteed for life Gore-Tex membrane is on the inside. It's a full destination layer, it's Gore Performance shell, waterproof, breathable, it's underneath. So it's a breathable outer shell, and then the Gore-Tex is baked in with no thermal liner. So this is the Airway. I have Peter wearing the Air Vision. Let's jump into sizing really quickly. And remember, subscribe to us on RevZilla TV at YouTube, and we'd love to hear your questions, your comments, and your initial gut reactions here on this super high-end Airway from Rukka out of Finland. So let's talk about sizing. Peter's wearing a size 50. Peter's 6 foot. He's 195, 42-inch chest. Rukka fits to about a half size to a full size large. So you can see the way it hangs on his body. I wear a 50 as well. I'm normally a 52, but really about a 43-inch chest. So you have room to move. It works with your body. It still has a nice European line, so it's trimmed throughout. There's a little bit of room, but the way that the shoulders sit, the way that the arms work, it's going to fit a little bit more forgiving than what we typically see from a rev'it or a Dainese, again with that more traditional European cut. And actually, I'm going to clarify, the new rev'it stuff is actually a bit forgiving as well. So if we're looking at it now, and remember, if you're concerned about fit, it's over $39. We ship for free, exchange for free, no restock fees if you need it sending back to us. So don't let the fit side bog you down if you can't try it on first. No worries there. Let's talk a little bit now about some of the nuances. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk through the outer shell, then I'm going to remove the outer shell, walk through the inner shell, and then we're going to break it down on the table. So stay tuned. We're going to get to all of the different nuances. So Cordura AFT, throughout the main construction, it will all flow air. You're going to see different types of Cordura AFT though. On the shoulders, on the elbows, they're definitely using multiple layers then to beef the jacket up, so you're having better impact resistance here, especially here on a high impact area like the shoulder. You can see the adjustability throughout this jacket as well. Snaps for volume, 3 snaps, both forearm as well as bicep. Let's talk about Armour for a second. So we have RVP Air from Rukka. It's the most breathable armor they make. CE rated. This is a shoulder. Notice the encompassing factor of this shoulder. The way that it sits, it's ergonomic. It's going to sit on your body. You also have elbows and forearms done in RVP Air. There's also a CE level 1 back pad in the Airway as well. Now I will note that Rukka has now developed D3o Air in conjunction with D3o. You can upgrade if you want to go to the D3o, which is a little bit less breathable, but it's a little bit more solid in its construction, and the back pad from D3o is going to be CE level 2, you can always go to D3o Air, which we also carry at RevZilla.com. Again, it's a molecular armor. It's a bit of a newer technology, so keep that in mind. Looking at the front, before I spin Peter, let's talk about creature comforts. Remember, your waterproof, breathable Gore-Tex liner is actually inside this jacket, so the outer shell needs to be just breathable, and that's what it's going to do. And reflective, so reflective piping, 3 colors available here, or it's actually reflective in its styling. You have these elements from Rukka on the sleeves here, which are going to be reflective. One of my favorite things is the collar on the multi-season Rukka gear. Comfortable, but defensible against Mother Nature. At the top, it's a neoprene collar, very comfortable, very finished. At the collar level, you now have a rare earth magnet. This is a neodymium magnet. Very strong, and you have the ability to kind of set it and forget it, but it's done magnetically. So what's that mean? No Velcro. And a lot of these guys that are going to invest in a jacket of this stature are going to do a lot of riding. Velcro, in the longer term, can wear out a little bit. It can get frayed, but it also can bite you sometimes. So it's nice that they're doing that. And notice here on the front, this main connection zipper, it's a water-resistant zipper, just food for thought here from Rukka, but again, the waterproofing is baked in to the inner shell. And notice at the bottom here, it's a snap with a rubberized button that's going to sit so it's not going to scratch your tank. We have hand warmer pockets that open to the inside. Peter, I'm going to turn you that way for me. Let's show the side. Moving Peter's arm up, We have an expansion gusset here. We also have a cinch here along the waist. Remember, Peter is wearing a size 50 in this, and it has a nice svelte cut to it. Turn backwards for me, Peter. Looking at the back here, reflective piping up the back. You have some temper foam that's built in here. Notice how high that back collar goes. Reflective in our R logo from Rukka. You can see that I have my CE Level 1 RVP Air built in, and you can see this little strap poking. There's actually, and it's tucked away, but we don't have it cinched all the way down. You actually have a strap that goes underneath your backside and connects to a D-ring in the front if you want to cinch it down for further protection. A lot of Europeans really love that. Come back around to me for the front, Peter. Let's show the cuffs here. Set it and forget it cuffs with a nice big panel of Velcro and then a nice gusset that opens up. And here's our Gore-Tex liner that you can see baked in on the inside. So if we open it up, and I'm about to take this outer shell off of Peter, let me show you what it looks like when we open it up while it's all connected. The nice part is the finished inner shell that actually snaps right to the outer shell of the garment. And as we open it up, you're going to see it's very finished, 360-degree Vislon YKK zip, internal pockets. It's this almost light bubble material, which creates a little bit of an air gap, so you get even more airflow between the outer shell, the Cordura AFT, and your body. One final thing before we pull this off. Notice the micro fleece that lines the inner collar below the neoprene. So again, if you have your Gore-Tex waterproof breathable liner out, this destination liner, you're just wearing the shell, it's going to be nice and soft against your body wherever it touches you. And here's that D-ring that I was talking about, that the crotch strap would come through and hold the jacket down. So now we have our Cordura AFT outer shell off of Peter. We're exposing, this is our Gore-Tex liner, waterproof, breathable. Remember, the best in the world, Gore-Tex invented this technology. Before I even dive into our Lockout 2.0 zipper, I want to show you how this liner, besides these two snaps and the snap in the back, connected that outer shell. We didn't have it done so we could easily take it off. Here's what I love about this product. Two pockets on the chest that when you're not using the outer shell, hide a 4 to 5 inch connection zipper, that this zipper would zip to the inner zipper on the outer shell. So when you're using the jacket and liner together, you have the ability to connect them very seamlessly so they stay together and move with your body. And when you're not using them, when you're off the bike, when you take the shell off, there you go. Now you're crisp and you're clean and it looks great. Now let's dive into the elephant in the room here, the Gorlock Out 2.0 zipper. The improved version of the lockout system. Well maintained, they work phenomenally. It is like the beefiest, heaviest duty Ziploc bag you've ever seen. So out of the gates, it's going to operate really well, nice and smooth. If it gets dirty, use a damp cloth to clean it off. And then we're also, with every Rukka jacket that has Gorlock Out, we have the Gore-Tex Lockout Silicone Lube. Sounds hilarious to say it out loud. But what you do is it's a marker. You just zip it down, wipe off any excess, and you're good to go with the silicone. It actually takes a lot less work to maintain than people think. They just see a new technology, and sometimes people have had differing opinions based on how well they've taken care of it. We really like it. It works really well. Now, the lockout at the bottom, notice there's a garage at the top. I want you to come in here tight at the bottom. I want to show how this works. The back side of the lockout actually has a lock, so it can't come apart at the bottom. So when you unlock it and the lockout comes all the way down, with that lock open, now it will pull apart. Let's see if I can do it. There we go. So notice that how that's done is once you start the zipper together, you feed the male end into the female, and then you lock it at the bottom, and then you just zip up from there. Very easy to find with a glove on as well. And then to undo it, you'd snap the back area, you'd pull this little tab down, and then again, it just comes right apart. There you go. So opening up to the inside of your Gore Pro destination layer. And I said Gore Pro, it's Gore Performance Shell because it's not bonded to the outer shell of the material. Nice and soft, it's going to feel good against your skin. Put that down, Peter, turn that way for me. Basic pockets that are going to have a water-resistant zipper on the side. This is reflective from Rukka. I love how they do the reflectivity. Turn backwards for me. Big R with the reflective logo on the back. Notice the snap, which would attach it to the outer shell of the jacket. Spring-loaded snaps, high-quality stuff from Rukka. Come back around to the front for me, Peter. And if we notice also, here are my metallic spring-loaded snaps that are going to allow you to connect the jacket at the bottom of the sleeve to the outer shell as well. So now that I have the Airway off of Peter, I have it on the table, let's walk through some of the nuances. And I have the liner completely back in. I want to show you what it takes to pull it out. But before I do that, I want to talk about waterproof pockets really quickly. Only 3 waterproof pockets here, and remember, this is meant to be an airflow jacket. It's the Airway, it's going to breathe. The first one is awesome. On the left side pocket, you have a tether cord, which is removable, into a waterproof pouch. It's awesome, Rukka logo, Rukka flag. This is a fully waterproof pocket that's actually built into a pouch. So cell phone, electronic keys, anything you need in there. The other 2 waterproof pockets, and I might as well start breaking down this liner. The other two waterproof pockets are actually going to be the pockets that are built into the Gore Pro layer on the inner lining. So keep that in mind. It's only 3 waterproof pockets, but it's again built into the fact that this jacket is a breathable jacket. You know, you have Napoleon pockets up here on both sides, but again, 3 waterproof pockets, none of which on the outer shell except for the detachable lanyard pocket. So let's start to break down our lining now. So 1 snap at the bottom on each side. I talked about the way that this jacket connects at the chest level with these small 4 to 5 inch zippers that then get tucked away. Again, very thorough, nice. Both sides. Pull it out, zip it in. At the collar, we have a single snap to a loop. You can see the size 50 I had on Peter. Also remember to note here, nice, really fleecy internal piece of the collar, not going to chafe, and then you have the neoprene above it to create a good seal. Really well done. I have my left side already out, so let's move over to my right, and I'll show you. I'm going to unzip here. 2 snaps, spring-loaded snaps. Honestly, Rukka and Rev'it are the guys right now that are doing the best job at really connecting their inner liners to their outer shells. Spring-loaded snap, and this should come right out on both sides. And remember, this is your full destination layer that we already showed you on Peter. We showed you what the back looked like. There's your Gore waterproofing. Looking at the inside, now I have my Vislon zipper on a stretch panel, 360-degree zips to go with my Air Vision pants. I have my lanyard that's going to come underneath and D-ring together to go under my groin to keep the jacket down. Note my bubble liner here, which is going to promote airflow and create a little bit of 3D space between the body. I have fleece lining around all of my Armour, so if you're wearing this without a base layer, without the shell in it, it's going to feel great against your body. Again, just really complete, really finished. We talked about the D-ring. These pockets are not waterproof, but there are heavy-duty zippers on them. And again, you have a very complete jacket. This is the Airway. The women's version is going to be the Airway Jacket. Very technical, very finished, heavy-duty, meant to hold up in a crash, but also promote the best possible breathability with flexibility from Rukka going into warmer season riding. Like I said earlier in the video, subscribe to us on RevZilla TV. Join us in our YouTube conversation. You can always leave your comments, your thoughts, any of your questions. We're happy to answer your feedback there or on the product page at RevZilla.com. If you want to talk to a gear geek about sizing, about fit, about positioning, again, from here you'd go into something like the Armour or the California. This is the summertime option here with the Airway. Shoot us a line, see us at RevZilla.com or 877-792-9455. As always, ship for free, exchange for free, no restock fee over $39. This jacket certainly is, so no dangers on the fit side of things, and will allow you to earn TeamZilla cash to be applied to your next order by continuing to shop with us. Thanks for watching our detailed breakdown of the new Rukka Airway Gore-Tex jacket that will also breathe for summertime riding. Available at RevZilla.com/Rukka. I'm Anthony. We'll see you next time.